Yo, in this video, I'm going to give you all the knowledge that you need to start an online business in Kenya starting from zero. All you need to start is a plan and a laptop. I mean, you can do it with a phone, but a laptop makes shit way easier. I've recorded this like 3 times. All the times it was more than 1 hour long. Each time I wanted to add just a few more things to make it simpler. Now, if you go in the description right now, in the first link, I've linked a Notion template that will go hand in hand with this video. All you need to do is get that template, watch this video, and go along with it. Make sure that you're checking all your action steps. And I promise you, if you do everything that I say in this video, which is in that template, you'll be able to start a business that will make you 100k per month before the end of 2024. So let's go to my laptop and get started. Is your current situation so uncomfortable that you want to change it? If it is, then I made this video specifically for you. You will learn how to start an online business and get strangers you find on the internet to give you money. Now, you might think that because this is free, then using this story is a jabber, but I get results like this. Here are some of my people's screenshots before I got blocked, and this is from my first business. And between these two screenshots, you're looking at around 1 million in sales that I generated shortly after I turned 18. And I know this was a while back, so I went the extra mile and started a brand new business 3 months ago, just to show you it's possible to start a business in 2024 without spending any money upfront or even showing your face. If you follow me, then you've seen the screenshots. I started this business on April 1st and we got our first client by April 2nd. And yeah, the last screenshot is on July 15th. So maybe by the time you're watching this, it would have probably got up. But I plan to grow this business to 1 million shillings, so subscribe to see the progress. And you know, it's not just me. I have students who started brand new businesses just a few months ago, like Motion, who hit 100k in just 6 weeks. Most of these people that you're about to see got these results after going through the first client blueprint classes, or FCB for short. And FCB is a program that I designed to show you how to get random strangers you find on the internet to take out their wallets and their credit cards and give you the money. So most of these people, you can see them on the Discord. For example, Furaha, who made 8,500 for a web dev client. When I was actually editing this video, she told me that she's closed 500k in sales. So she got this client and she's been selling Posho Mill machines. She started a TikTok account from scratch and she's never even done sales before, but she managed to close 500k in deals that she generated using that account in just under 2 weeks since she started with this new client. Okay, back to the video. O'Brien, who got the first installment of 5,900, and there are a bunch of these people. You can pause and kind of like look at each of them. Now, this training is pulled directly from my program, so make sure you watch till the very end because I'll show you how to access the whole thing. So for this training, let me show you how online businesses work, the best online business for you to start, what skills are needed and where you can learn them, how to find strangers willing to give you money, what to say to them to get them to pay you, and how to do the work for them to keep them happy. If you want to make sure you aren't wasting time trying to build your online business, you need to create a roadmap. Most people fail at this because number one, there's a skill gap and they get intimidated before they even begin because of the skill gap. Business is actually not easy, whether it's offline or online. So what's a skill gap? Basically, if you want to become an editor, you'll quickly realize that it's not just about the editing skill. You also need to know how to market yourself and sell your services so that you can get paid what you're worth. So editing is not the only skill that you need to learn, but don't let that stop you. The first thing that you need to do is to actually learn your core skill. Once you learn your core skill, then you can start researching on how to market yourself, test out different ways that you can use to attract clients and sell your services. Okay, so go into it knowing that you need to have more than one skill, and this will come over time. So don't try and learn so many things at the same time. Just learn your main skill, learn how to market it, the rest will come later. Number 2 is quitting early. I want to get rich fast is not a good enough reason to start a business. All you do is hop from one business to another in search for an easier, more rewarding business. You start trading and you're like, oh well, it's really hard to learn, let me just move to something else. After like 2 months, you go to editing and you're like, wait, getting clients is hard, for example, and you've just wasted 3 months, and then you move to something else. You go on this endless cycle from hopping from one place to another, and all this does is just keep you stuck at the same place, and you end up just wasting a bunch of time because each time you hop from one business to another, you reset your progress and it's like you never even started. So the third thing is having no plan. Okay, most people end up doing empty work because they don't have a clear plan. They end up spending most of their time on work that doesn't actually make them any money, like spending days picking a business name or making their websites and logos pretty. That does not really matter. What matters is, are you actually working on the tasks that directly make you money? And in this sense, is it's like outreach or client work or doing free work to make your skills better. So if you're just spending weeks thinking about a business name, which really wouldn't matter, or a logo or a website, unless your business heavily depends on a website to sell, then you shouldn't be doing that, okay? A roadmap will actually ensure that you're always working on the tasks that will directly make you the money. Let me show you how to do it. So over here, I have something called a warm-up, and I've just pulled out the idea from 12-week year. The idea of this is that you can achieve what you want to achieve in a year in just 12 weeks. That's like 3 months. So to start, I'm gonna give you this, okay? I'm gonna have it like blank like this, so you're gonna fill it in however you want to. But I'll tell you, number one, to pick 3 pillars. So I have 1 pillar, the second one, and the third one. If you realize, mine is about 1 million for Project Meter, and then there's 10,000 YouTube subscribers and 50k followers on IG and TikTok. That's my intention. That's what I want to achieve in a year, and that's why I've set that as my intention to try and achieve in 3 months. So you typically pick 3 things. Ideally, you can pick 2. You can even pick just 1, but like, if you know you're not disciplined, then just pick 1. But if you think you can follow this for 12 weeks straight, you can pick 3. And the good thing is, it doesn't have to be just about money. It can be in the pillars of money, wealth, health, or relationships, okay? So if it's like health, it can be like maybe lose this amount, bulk, or whatever. If it's like relationships, it could be a relationship with someone, or a relationship with God, or whoever you believe in. And if it's money, then it can be a certain amount of money per month. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Now, you'll probably need to change some of this, because I'm gonna set it up for you to start the next day. If you don't start the next day, then you'll just have to adjust it yourself, okay? So I would pick my pillars, and then I would write them down in a yearly goal. So first of all, I would have like a 3-year goal, and this exercise is actually called goal chunking. It's pretty good. So in 3 years, what do you want to do? So in 3 years, maybe I want to make 10 million per month, okay, recurring. So then I would say maybe in a year, I want to make 1 million per month, which means my 3-month, or rather the 12 weeks plan for my warm-up will be 1 million. It will be the same as the 1 year, because we're trying to achieve this goal in 12 weeks, okay? The second goal is probably like Instagram followers. Maybe I want 1 million followers in like 3 years, and then in 1 year I want 50. So that means in 12 weeks I want 50. Same to TikTok, same to YouTube. YouTube is 1 million, and then in 1 year I want 10,000. So that means in 3 months I want to achieve 10,000 followers. And then maybe some other things, maybe books to read. I want to read like 72 books in like 3 years, which means in 3 months I should be able to read 24 books, okay? So another one is maybe my students. Maybe I want to teach 100,000 people. Then maybe that means in 1 year I want to teach 1,000 people, and that means in 3 months I want to teach, the same as the 1 year. Okay, so you get it. So I would make kind of like a thing like this: pick my 3 things, identify my 3-year goal, and then identify my year goal, and just translate that to my 12-week goal. And then once I know that, after the 3 months, I'm going to evaluate where I'm at, and I'm going to adjust them. So the whole thing about this is basically you're gonna state them right here, okay? And then you're gonna have your week, when your week 1 is ending, starting and ending all the way to week 12, okay? And then you're gonna have your goal for the week. So for example, 1 million in profit, I can say something like this: reach out to like 10 people, or like reach out to 100 people this week. So my first action step is the thing that I'm gonna do, because a goal is something that is an output of something, which means that you can't really control your goals, but you can control the actions that make your goal happen. So that's why we have the goal, and then the action steps. The action is the input, so the things that you do so that eventually the goal can happen. So if my first goal right here is to reach out to 100 people, then that means action 1 is to reach out to maybe 10 people daily or 20 people daily. So if I do that, I'm just gonna check it, okay? Every week when I do that, I'm gonna check it. And the good thing about this is you're gonna see what you're missing. You're basically gonna reverse engineer this main goal, okay? Maybe the action step 2 is going to be follow up with the people who don't answer my messages, okay? And then maybe goal 2 will be to create 10 free samples for my clients, so I can get a client. So like I do free work to get clients. That can be my goal. And then my action step is going to be find 10 people and then create 10 videos. And when that happens, I'm going to check them off. And at the very end of the week, I can tell which ones that I didn't do. And then I can, evaluate myself truthfully and tell myself, okay, this is a goal that I want to get at the end of 3 months, but I'm slacking. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for every week. So maybe if you don't really know what you're gonna do after week 4, you can just plan for the first 4 weeks and then adjust your plan in the next 4 weeks and then adjust your plan in the next 4 weeks. Okay, but same case to, for example, YouTube. It could be post twice on my YouTube channel. It could be that, or just post once. So now I'm gonna put if I say post once, my goal is just gonna be post this. So my input is I need to ideate, come up with the idea of the video. I'm gonna script it, and then I need to record it and cut the pauses, or like edit out the pauses. Then I need to edit the whole video, and then I need to post it and drive traffic to it. And then after that, I need to analyze the performance at the very end of the week. And then in the next one, I'm gonna do the same thing because it's YouTube. I'm just like quite literally doing the same thing. And the output could either be the title of the video or the views that I want to get. So when I analyze my videos, I already know. So for example, I wanted 2,000 views, but then I got 3,000. Then I'll analyze the video and say, oh, I got 1,000 extra. Or I got like 1,000 views. I'll be like, oh, I didn't reach this. Maybe I need to do something about it, like continuous improvement. I make sure that I'm improving at least 1% every single day. So same to this other goal, can be like post every day. That means I need to come up with 3 content ideas and I need to analyze the video's performance. So basically, this is what you do. Like, you've just quite literally reverse engineered the main goal that you want to make. And the idea of this is that if you keep at this for week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way to week 12, it's going to make it unreasonable for you to hit this goal or come close to it. So even though you don't, like, if your goal is like 1 million per month, you might hit it and like surpass it, which is what we want. But like, even if you don't, you'll probably have like 800k or like 900k per month. You'll come close to it. That's my point. Okay. And if you keep doing this all the time, you're quite literally making a year's progress in 12 weeks, in 3 months. That's insane. And you know that we have 4 quarters in the month because each quarter is 3 months. So if you have 4 quarters, that means, and you do this all the time, and you get close to this goal or you crash this goal, that means you've gone 4 years ahead in just 1 year, which is insane. So this is called the 12-week year. If you want to read the book, you can read the book, but that's basically how I would do it. Now, once you know everything that you need to do, there's a smaller warm-up. So this is like the main warm-up, okay? So there's a smaller warm-up. When you have this, you'll kind of like tell, for example, I need to ideate and script the video. I'll just copy this. And then we're in July 23rd right now at the time of recording this. So maybe I want to ideate like on Mondays. So that means since you're on 23rd, my next Monday is on 29th. I'm just gonna paste that. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna look at this, record the video. Maybe I want to record the next day. Just gonna come back here. I'm gonna put it as the next day. But then remember, we're on 23rd. So I'm just gonna paste that as well. So every Tuesday, I know I need to be recording. And I'm gonna create like some form of routine around this because I already know the things that I need to do. Okay, so Wednesday, there you go. Again, Wednesday, boom. So every Wednesday, I'm going to edit the video. So if it's like a new month, like August, that means it's going to start from here. I'd feel this at the beginning of the month, and you're going to keep doing that until you're done with everything that you need to do. So maybe post. I'm going to allow myself 2 days to edit. So maybe I can be posting, or maybe 3, just to give myself the time to make the video really good. Yeah, and then I analyze the video's performance. Yeah, so that is how I would do it. Okay, so basically the purpose of this warm-up is to kind of see every single thing that you're gonna do in a month. This is a daily warm-up, and when you're done with it, you just cross it out. And if you have not finished it, you just take it and drag it to the next box, and that's really it. So you can see what I meant by you'll always know the tasks that you need to do. On Mondays, I'll always know that I need to ideate and script. On Tuesdays, I know I need to record. On Wednesdays, edit. Thursday, edit. Friday, edit. And then Saturdays, post, and Sunday, analyze the performance. So there's no day that I'm gonna wake up, sit down, and not know what to do. And I already know that these tasks, no brainer, I don't even have to think about it. I already know that these tasks will make me money because it's here, or will drive me towards my goal. So like, if you want to lose weight, you can just put your things right there, your action, hydrate, like drink however many liters that you want to drink per day. Mark it off when you're done, because you know that those are the things that you need to be doing. Now, the easiest way, because sometimes people tend to bullshit themselves, the easiest way for you to kind of like tell that you're doing the right thing is to ask yourself this one question. Okay, so it's called the start and stop question. I take a page off of a paper and the other side I write stop. Now from this, I'm gonna ask myself one question based on the goals that I have right here. If my life was in danger and I needed to achieve 1 million profit by the end date, what would I start doing that I'm not doing, and what would I stop doing that I'm doing? Okay, I think that's the easiest way I can explain it. But basically, the whole thing is that you list the things that you need to start doing. I like starting on the negative side because I'll be like, need to stop procrastinating, I need to stop shying away from sales calls or something like that. So another way of doing it is just basically ask yourself, okay, well, if I didn't want to hit 1 million on the date, the end date, what would I do to make sure that I actually don't hit it? That means I wouldn't work, I would play video games all day, I wouldn't take any sales calls, I wouldn't care about my offer would be shit, I wouldn't care about the client results, I wouldn't even practice my skills, so I wouldn't care if my skill is good or not, things like that. So once I write all those things down, I can now come and write the opposite. Like, okay, fine, if taking sales calls won't get me to that goal, then that means that taking sales calls will take me to that goal. If having a shitty offer will not take me to that goal, then that means my offer needs to be perfect. If not outreaching to clients is not going to take me to that goal, then that means outreaching every single day will take me to that goal. So that's the easiest way that you can do the start and stop question. Either you ask yourself, if your life was on the line and you needed to achieve that, what would you start doing that you're not currently doing, and what would you stop doing that you're currently doing? Or just simply ask yourself, okay, if I absolutely did not want to hit this goal, what would I do to make sure that I don't hit this goal? And then you just write the opposite and you have your start and your stop. So everything that you put on that list, make sure you're not doing it. And if you find yourself doing it, just know what you're sacrificing. But like, if you don't do the things here, just know that you're also sacrificing it. And that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so back to this. Now you need to make sure that every single thing that is in your start column is on your calendar. You need to do it. You have no other choice. You need to do it. How you'll achieve an yearly goal in 3 months, in just 3 months. And this thing is powerful. I did this in a different way, like using something called monk mode. This is just a simplified way that I'm currently doing. And if you find a better way, because this is what is working for me. So if you follow this, because I did something that worked for someone else, which was monk mode, and through that is when I figured out that this is what is working for me. So if you do this, you'll find your own thing. You might even create your own thing, something that fits your thing. Okay, because again, the thing that works for me in terms of mindset or productivity may not work for you, but if you take it, start doing it, is when you'll figure out what works for you. But if you don't, you'll never know. Okay, and you'll keep procrastinating, thinking, oh well, that's not for me, I can't wake up at this time. Bro, I have actually been testing out wake time hours, because at the beginning I used to hear, well, wake up at 6. I tried waking up at 6 was not working for me. But then I realized, okay, well, I like working at night, like during the AM times. So I started working from 3 p.m. all the way to like 11 a.m. And I was working like throughout the night, and it was working for me. Like right now, I am actually recording this at 11:31 p.m. But like, I've also had some phases in my life where it's easier for me to wake up like at 6 and work the rest of the time, sleep for 7 hours, wake up at 6 again. Sometimes I even experimented with waking up at 2 a.m., which was quite good actually, because that was like the time that I like. And yeah, so I wouldn't tell you what the right time to work is or the right things to do. I can just tell you what I do. You do it and figure out your own thing. Okay, so for example, right now I can tell you I track my productivity with an app called Rise, and basically today I just put it off because I was like having meetings and stuff. I didn't really want it to get distracted, because it usually has like a widget and it was distracting. But I use this to track, and what I do is just turn this on and click start session. I can check my productivity, kind of see what I've been doing and shit like that. Okay, so part 1 for complete beginners. And if you're not a beginner, Don't skip, maybe you'll get some insight. But this is for people who actually just don't know what to do. I'm going to try explain how service-based businesses typically work. So let's start with the basics. For you to make money, someone needs to give it to you. And for them to give it to you, you need to give them something they value more than the money they give you. So there are two things that you can sell. And for us, we're just going to deal with services. So with services, you can make money when you help someone make more money or help them save more time. So if your service helps them make more money, like ads, you get paid. If your service helps them save more time, like creating content or being a VA, then you make money. So as a beginner, you can either pick a business model, okay? So find an existing business model like SMMA, copywriting, media buying, and growth operating, all these other businesses that exist. And then you learn the skill needed to start. So first, you pick the business, learn the skill, and then you deliver the service. That's one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is finding a problem, which is, to be honest, it's the best way in terms of making you more money, but we're gonna talk about it later. And in this one, you basically find a problem, and then you find a solution for the problem, and then you sell the solution, you make money. So I'll explain both so that you can be able to pick what works for you, okay? So part 2, pick a business model. And this one, we said, pick a business model, learn a skill needed to start, and then deliver the service. How this works is that you pick an existing business model that works in Kenya. I've already said that. And here's a list. There's YouTube automation, video editing, copywriting, web design, marketing agency or SMMA, social media management, media buying, organic social media growth, lead generation, affiliate marketing, UGC creator, and there's many more. Just go on YouTube, search, you'll see. Majority of those business models work in Kenya. Maybe even we can add drop shipping. But yeah, so there are two categories of business models based on this. So you can either pick do-it-yourself businesses like YouTube automation, where you don't actually need to find clients to make money. So for YouTube automation, you make videos, people watch it, you get paid. So you don't really need to find clients to make money. But then the other category is done for you, or you just do it for others, like video editing, where you need to deliver a service to a client to make money. So you can just make money by yourself. You need to find a client so that you can deliver the service and then they pay you. But then the first one, you don't actually need to find a client. You can make money by yourself. Okay, so once you pick a business model, you need to figure out what skills you need to have to make it work, and then you learn them. Here's how you figure out the skills that are needed. Search for a step-by-step tutorial on the business model you've picked and watch a couple of videos. So for example, if it's like YouTube automation, just search how to make money with YouTube automation or something like that. And then take note of the skills mentioned in the videos. Most of the times it's ideation, scripting, editing, SEO, and the marketing bit. That's it. Those are the skills mentioned. Whichever business that you choose, it has a different set of skills. You just watch them, see the skills that are recurring, okay? So you can learn from YouTube, Twitter, freebies, which is like free stuff like this, and then courses or content, okay? In the videos, also take note, and I've just said, in the videos, there are steps that recur in the video, okay? Steps that every single person that you're watching mentions. So you're not gonna just watch one video and then make a roadmap. You're gonna watch several videos and then pick what's similar in each video, and that will be your roadmap. That will be the steps that you need to take. So when you learn the skill, you can now start looking for clients to sell your service to. So this is the second option. You find a problem, find a solution, and then you sell the solution. Finding a problem is crucial because most people will pay stupid amounts of money to fix a problem. Like, think about it. You buy a house because you don't want to be homeless. You buy clothes because you want to look fly, you want to look rich, and you basically don't want to walk around without clothes. And these are problems that are no-brainer to you and many other people because we all have the same problems. But then the other problems that are unique to you or unique to your business, that's the type of problem that you need to find. Because whenever let's say a freelancer, and I'm gonna use this as an example. So let's say you are a freelancer, you're trying to make money online. That's already a group of people. There's so many people trying to do that. But then your main problem is to find clients. And then I make a program or I have a service that will help you get clients. You'll most likely end up buying it. And not just you, every single person who's in your industry or in your niche. And basically, that is what I did. Okay, so I found a problem, and I found my problem because I was creating content and like people were asking me questions. So I took the main question that I was asked, which was, how do I find clients? How do I sign clients? How do I get international clients? How do I sign local clients? What do I charge? Whatever. And I bundled that up into a program. So the problem is you guys not being able to find clients. My solution was teaching you exactly how I found my clients and how I currently still find my clients. And then me selling the solution is bundling up my solution into a program, FCB, and then giving it to you guys. So I've solved a problem, okay, and now I'm selling the solution. So that's exactly how you're supposed to think about it. I can give you an example as we go, but basically if a service doesn't actually solve a problem, then you'll be easily replaceable, and most people won't want to pay for it. No one wants to pay for a service that doesn't do anything. You'd rather just burn money. So you need to be able to provide so much value that people give you the money, okay, so that you can give them your service or do the service for them, okay? So remember, we said your services should either help someone make more money or help someone save time. Those two. If you find your problem within these two, then you're good to go. Okay, so here's how you find a problem that you can solve. Ask yourself, what problems have you solved in your own life? And if you haven't solved any problem, which is, well, you should leave more. And if you have a problem, most likely other people have the same problem. So maybe you suffer from being slow in Google Sheets. Like there's like all these formulas and you're like so slow, you don't know how to create a simple sum equation. And how you will find the solution is quite literally teaching yourself how to use Google Sheets and then start creating templates, selling the templates, or have classes teaching people how to use it. That's already a business by itself. And I'm not telling you to do that. That's just an example. And if you haven't solved any problem, just look around you and the stuff that you do every day. I'm pretty sure you'll find some holes, some things that you're like, oh, well, I wish I could do this. I wish I could fix this. Or I wish this wasn't like this. That could be a problem. So if the problem is painful enough, people will pay to get it fixed. For example, I notice many small businesses still struggle with creating content that turns their viewers into customers. I know everyone is just jumping on trends. They don't even care if it converts. They just think that, when you jump on a trend, well, you're going to go viral and make sales. That is typically not the case. You'd find that someone has like 100k views and they only have one sale. So they're not intentional with their content. That's a problem. Like you can quite literally steal this and build a business the next day using this as your problem. And they know that they need engaging and persuasive content to drive sales, but they either don't have the time or the expertise to create it effectively. So maybe the business owner just doesn't have the time to create content consistently, or they don't have the expertise to create content that gets views and turns those views into sales. Okay, so this means they miss out on potential revenue and customer engagement. By the way, in my last video, I actually mentioned a unique problem that you can also solve. That's also a valid problem. I will leave the exact timestamp where I mentioned it linked in my description. But if you want to watch the whole video, you're gonna see that thing that happens up here pop up, but you can click that later. Okay, so the next step is to find the right solution to the problem. The solution is a process that you will do to solve the problem. So once you find the problem, you obviously need to solve it, and then you can be able to sell. My solution would be to offer content creation and marketing services that focus on converting viewers into customers. And I told you that you can sell this whole thing, so I'm going to show you how to actually do it. Here's how you can set it up. Develop a content strategy aligned with the business's goal and audience. Then create high quality, persuasive content that addresses the audience's pain points and desires. Simple. So you find a content strategy that will actually get them views and turn those views into cash. So come up with clever things, and you don't really need to pull something out of nowhere. If you're not that creative, don't worry about it. You can still get away with it with being just a little bit creative, which means you can just go and start looking at brands, like international brands, which are doing the same, like are selling something similar or similar product, and then see what's working for them and just implement that here. Because technically what's working there, most of the times it's really good, because sometimes you'll find that such content will do very well here because people haven't seen that type of content. Okay, I know it sounds bad, but there's a type of content that you just see and you're like, that's Kenyan, but like the other Kenyans that you see creating content and are like, damn, this person is on another level. But you might find that this person actually gets inspo from people abroad. So that's a nice cheat code. You can get away with that because you can get good, like really, really good ads that people have not seen before, and you can get results for your client. You don't really need to get burnout thinking about it. The next thing is that you should implement CTA to drive conversions, and CTAs is basically call to action, the thing that you tell people to do at the very end. Like, for example, I just told you guys that if you want to hear about the other idea that I mentioned, to the exact point that I mentioned it, that's a CTA. And also at the beginning I said at the very end, if you actually stick around, I'm going to tell you how to get this whole thing, because this is a training that I pulled out from my program FCB. So I'm going to show you how to actually get FCB. And guess what? I'm going to tell you now. You can go to the description and click the first link. That's it. And I'm also going to do one more thing. Now that you'll actually have to wait till the very end to hear about. So you implement CTAs to drive conversions. You use storytelling and persuasive copywriting to engage and build trust. If you actually look at my content, I usually give value, but also sometimes I usually tell stories. I told you guys a story about how I got scammed from my first business. And, you know, if you go through my content, you can tell I use storytelling, persuasive copywriting. Sometimes you can create scenarios. Like, I like this particular brand. It's called Protein KE. I'm not sponsored by them, but I actually like the ads because the ads are quite, the ads are good. Like, I like the whole storytelling behind it. And I'm not ashamed to say that I bought that product after I saw the ads. So next is plan content distribution across multiple channels like social media, emails, and blogs for maximum impact. Now, if you go back to the video that I mentioned and the idea that I gave, I basically said that you can re-engage previous customers. That's something that most people don't do. Like, from all the times that I've bought from Instagram shops, no one has come back to actually, give me a discount, try to get me to buy again, which is weird because, like, I obviously don't want to be sold to, but, like, if you give me an incentive, I'll actually buy from you again. They're just leaving money on the table, okay? And so no one has even reached out to me and be like, yo, did you like the product? Would you give us a testimonial? Something like that. You can set that up for a business. And trust me, if you are able to reactivate like half of their customer base, you make them a shit ton of money and they'll pay you a shit ton of money, okay? And then track the content with analytics, providing regular reports to refine and improve strategies continuously based on the engagement and conversion rates, right? So you will never get anywhere without numbers. Even now, when you're trying to get clients, you need to track your numbers. How many people are you texting a day? How many people are responding? How many people are you getting to book a call? How many people are actually closing with you? You need to be able to track these things so that you know where to improve. So you track their performance, see which content people like, and just do more of that. Simple. That's how you can set it up. Like, I've quite literally given you a blueprint to a business, to a content business that you can do today, okay? So the last step is to validate your solution. Don't force the solution. It needs to actually work. So make sure it works, okay? No one will pay you if you can't actually solve the problem effectively. I mean, that's common sense. And the best way for beginners to validate the solution is by doing free work. So I know people shit on free work most times, but like, if you can have the opportunity of doing free work, you will be able to validate your solution and you'll feel better about yourself and your abilities. And, you'll be able to have confidence. So offer a couple of people your services for free in exchange for testimonials. Of course, it's free, but like, you're getting something in return, and you'll use the testimonials to close paying clients. Okay. So back when I was doing freelance editing, I found this one guy and I actually asked him if I could edit like 5 of his videos. And he was like, sure. And then he gave me a testimonial. Like, if you think I'm actually blabbing, go to my page, my Instagram page, my personal page, KD Gato. Just go to it and then click testimonials, or I think results. Let's check. I have a bunch of reviews. You can listen to them at your own time. But these are people. This is a guy I did free work for. And this testimonial that you can see here quite literally brought me so many clients that it made me so much money than he would have been able to pay me. I kid you not, this testimonial from my free work made me so much money than he would be able to pay me. And yeah, you can just look at your own time. So again, you'll validate your solution. You'll gain confidence working with clients, and you can use those testimonials that you get to close paying clients. Okay. So part 4, creating your offer. Now, at this point, whichever path you followed, you should have picked your service by now. Okay, so creating your offer is quite simple actually. I usually use this, and this is basically called an elevator pitch. okay? It's like you being able to explain what your business does. So think about it. You're on the ground floor, and then I join you and I ask you, hey, yo, what do you actually do? So from the time we go from ground floor to like 4th floor or 5th floor, you should have told me exactly what you do. So you can just start by saying, oh yeah, well, I do this and I nah. You can just use this framework, okay? This isn't actually the pitch that you're gonna give to your clients. This is not your main offer. This is just something that you can put on your website or on your social media or in your content, okay? So the framework is, we help niche achieve goal in time frame by unique mechanism without why. Okay, so we help insert your niche, achieve, insert your goal, insert the time frame, by insert the unique mechanism, without insert the why. So based on the problem we found and the solution we created, it would look like this. We help small businesses, that's your niche, add 250k profit, that's the goal, in 30 days, that's the time frame, by converting viewers into customers using organic content marketing strategies. That is your unique mechanism, without the need to pay thousands to influencers to market the products. That's the why. And the why is basically what they don't need to do to achieve the goal. So this should be like their greatest fear or like the greatest pain point, like without doing the thing that they're already doing that is hurting them. Okay, so that's how you think about it. If you go back to it and look at this framework, you can see I matched it with this. So in the elevator ride, I'll just be like, we help small businesses add 250k profit in 30 days by converting viewers into customers using organic content marketing strategies without the need to pay thousands to influencers to market their products. Simple as that. You can take this video to an elevator and time me, and if it's like longer than from ground floor to like 3rd floor, let me know. But yeah, so now you have a solid offer, okay? But there's more. I was actually meant to finish this training here, but I realized I can't leave you hanging. Here's another part of the training. What makes your offer sell? So now we picked your service, we made your offer, but now how do you actually make your offer sell? Number one, you have a specific claim. Your offer needs to have a quantifiable result that the client will get working with you, like a tangible result, like what is it that they'll get from working with you. Number two is a guarantee. So you need to be able to reverse the risk that your client will take when buying your offer, okay? And this is basically like, promising them that if things go wrong or if you don't deliver on your offer or your service, the money will not like just disappear. They won't just waste their money, okay? So you need to have a guarantee. Next is social proof. This is where you show the client that you actually deliver that specific claim to someone else. You do this with video testimonials like I just showed you, or case studies. For this, beginners should work for free to get the testimonials, and if your service cannot be delivered for free, then work on a performance basis. That means that you only get paid after you get them results. Okay. The next is social presence. This is always an afterthought to so many people, but to me, this is always my starting point. So I'm basically building a new offer, and to get clients, I'm planning on creating content on YouTube, and this will be my main source of getting clients. So content is my starting point. My social presence is always my starting point, because when I'm present somewhere, like I'm creating content, clients come to me. Like I won't struggle as much because I'm providing value. Clients already see me as someone that they can trust. They see me as someone who's knowledgeable, so they'll obviously choose me, just other than a random person with no profile picture and 2 followers on IG. So these are the 4 things: specific claim, guarantee, social proof, and social presence. Okay, so you have a good offer when you have all these elements. So these are our elements. Okay, now if you just have 1 out of the 4, you have a bad offer. If you have 2 out of the 4, you have an average offer. But if you have 3 out of the 4, then you have a great offer. But if you have 4 out of the 4, then you have a money printer. So bad offer is just having a specific claim. Maybe you just claim to help your clients make 500k extra every single month. That's just a claim. At that point, you just seem like a scammer. With no proof, no guarantee, no social presence. It just sounds like Soriza Jabba. But like if you have 2, then you have an average offer. So maybe if you pair that specific claim with a guarantee, maybe someone will buy from you, but it will still be hard. But if you have 3 out of 4, then you have a great offer, and that is specific claim, the guarantee, and then you sprinkle in some social proof. Now you're starting to look like you know what you're talking about, and majority of the people will buy your offer. So that by itself is a good offer. But then again, I've already told you that you need to go the extra mile. So 4/4. So if you have all the 4 elements, you have a money printer. Like, you have your social presence. Now this makes it a no-brainer for people to choose you. If you just had the specific claim, you'd find someone who has a guarantee, will bug a client that you can't. If you have social proof, you'll find that this person will bug more clients than the person who just has this too. But then you have this, and then now these guys can't even bug anyone because these clients are coming straight to you and quite literally begging you to take the credit cards, begging you to take the money. So if you have 4 of this, then you have a great offer. You have the best offer. You have a money printer offer. So now that you know how to create a good offer, you need to actually find clients. And this is part 5, Dream 100 strategy. This is a strategy that will help you find clients. Okay, I teach this in FCB and it's work for the people who use it. Okay, so finding clients, once you know who exactly will benefit from your service, is easy. So before this step, you probably didn't know who you're targeting. You still need to create a customer avatar. To bug someone, you need to actually find a client avatar. Who are you serving? What's your niche? Like, are you serving real estate agents? Are you serving freelancers? Are you serving tech companies? What are you doing exactly? Okay. Once you know who you're serving exactly, the next step is to find them where they hang out, and then you reach out to them where they're more likely to respond. So you can get clients from any social platform like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, School, Discord, Facebook, Reddit, X, and LinkedIn. And then you can choose one of these to reach out to them. It can either be Instagram, School, Discord, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, or even email. So the place that they have the least friction. Okay, sometimes when I can't reach them on Instagram, I email them. My Instagram is usually my go-to platform because I create content on it, but if I can't reach them there, then I just shoot them a quick email. So after you do that, the next thing is to do this: collect at least 100 people that you want to work with and add them to a list in like a Google Sheets or Notion page. Then draft a message that you send to them. So part 6, the actual message that you're gonna send to them, which we call the outreach message. No one cares about you. I know this is a bit harsh, but bear with me. No one cares about you, so don't talk about yourself in the first message, and also don't make it too long either. I have a template actually. I want to make your work easier, so I have a template that works 101% of the time if your offer is actually good. And I dare say 101% because I've used it and my students have used it and I've seen it work for them as well. So this is the format. Personalized first line. Again, we've said that you shouldn't talk about yourself. So most of the times I like to give something for free, and I'll be like, yo, I made you a free, maybe a video. So I'll be like, yo, I made you a free video. Or copywriting, yo, I made you a script. Or yo, I wrote you a script. And then the next line, give the next steps or explain. Like, why did you actually make them a free video? Like, what is the script about, or what is the video about? But in this case, you can give them the next step as well. So you either explain why you're giving them the free thing, or explain the next steps for them to get the free thing. So I like explaining the next steps, but sometimes, you can switch it up. But for example, I made them a script. I'll say, after you record, I'll edit the video for free. It can either be on camera or just a voiceover. Let me know if you're down, and then the link. These are the 2 CTAs, the call to action. So let me know if you're down, and you just give them the link. They like it, they'll reach out to you. For example, if it's for copywriters, number 1, I would get a client by going through ads on IG or TikTok. And then if I see an ad, I'll kind of like click on it and then opt into the email. So once I opt into the email, of course, if they have a good copywriter, they'll have a good email sequence. But for the next few days, maybe the next 3-5 days, I'll just look and check if I've actually gotten an email from them. If I have, I'll check the quality. If it's a shit quality and I can do better, I'll rewrite the whole sequence, then hit up the owner of that business and tell them, yo, I just opted into your email a few days ago and I received your whole email sequence for 1 week. So I just took the liberty. I just saw a few holes on it and I rewrote the whole thing. And here it is. You can use it, and if it converts more, then you can let me know and I'll be down to write more for you. Simple. First of all, you've just shown them that you're not just a random person who's spamming DMs. You've shown them that you actually took your time to enter into the email list, so you already know the kind of emails they're sending. And this will actually stop you from wasting time, because if you did this and found really good emails, you'll know that these people have copywriters, so you won't hit them up, and you can even steal some of those emails as inspiration for your next client. I could sit down and give you all these ideas for different businesses, but if you look at it closely, you'll find that what I've just said right now, the outreach message for copywriters, is basically this. Okay, it's just a framework. You don't have to copy this word for word. It's just a framework. Like, make it short. So the first line, get their attention. The second line, explain why you're trying to get their attention, or give them the steps and guide them down your message. And then the last line is a CTA. Your CTA, if you don't have anything for free, just your CTA should be either they hop on a call with you, or like, but I wouldn't really say that at the beginning of the message. I'll let them reply to me first, and then I would hit them up. If they have a positive response, and I'll just be like, do you want to hop on a quick 15-minute call and we can discuss the details? And then you book them in on a call. But that's basically the framework for outreach message 1. There are obviously other messages that follow this, because once they reply, you also need to have a sequence so that you can, land the deal and actually teach this entire system in FCB. But if you look at this, and I'm not sure if these screenshots are aligned. I think they are. Okay, so this is one of my students, and basically he hit me up and he said, hey Gato, I need help with my cold DMs. I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, I want you to help me rate this cold approach. And then he gave me his message. Let's go through it together. And I don't want to clown him. He says, hello, I'm Alexander. I can help elevate your brand's video content through high quality editing. Let's discuss how my services can benefit your business. You're also entitled to a video free of charge. Now, if you look at this, he's used a couple of words that I probably wouldn't use. Like, you don't really want to use like such big English, because no one really looks at your English unless you're like talking in slang or something. You just have to be formal. Don't throw jargon, because maybe you might find someone who just doesn't understand. And some of these buzzwords are kind of overused, so you might accidentally trigger the person to have the guard up because they feel like they're gonna be sold to. You need to make the person who's reading it feel like you care about them. Okay, so hey, brand owner's name or brand name, I'm Alexander. I'm a content editor working with the niche that he's in. I would like to offer you a free edit, and if it performs better than your current content, let me know. I'll be glad to make you more. Simple, very nice, straight to the point, and you're giving them something fast. Plus, I also told him not to put the link to his portfolio. I think he said he's gonna put it like afterwards, because if you put the link to your portfolio, they'll just look at it and ignore it. But with this message, I'm like, I would like to offer you a free edit, and if it performs better than your current content, let me know. And I'll be like, wait, do the edit. First of all, it's free, they have nothing to lose, and if it performs better than their current content, then they'll know what performs better, and even if they don't work with me, they can try to replicate it. But yeah, so I sent this, and I remember I actually went offline, and I came back to this. He said, didn't even take 10 minutes. I got a response. I don't think, dang, I didn't put the screenshot of the response, but if you look at the screenshot, you can see the outline of the response. Yeah, so he's like, didn't even take 10 minutes. And then in the next part, he said, I've gotten like 7 responses. The other, we got a call scheduled for the evening. I'm waiting for the other responses. And I was like, hey, yo, that's actually crazy. Like, I've never actually gotten results like this for myself, but he did. So that's crazy. And he's like, now I actually have to sign them. And then he continues and says, so now I have 4. He has 4 clients. And I'm like, damn. He's like, I'll actually try get more and partner with other editors. Now, like, he's at the point where he now has so many clients and he doesn't have time, so he would probably want to partner with other editors to take some of that work from him. Bro, I'm not even joking. After sending this, 12:49 p.m., 12:55, he got a response. And then on 21st June, he already had 4 people. Okay, and I was like, bro, you're smashing it. I love this for real. Next stop, 100K per month. And he got that, yeah. And then he said, bro, the craziest thing is no one wants a free edit to Business Street. They all want to get to Business Street. Crazy, right? I know. It's quite insane. Like, now he has clients. And it's just basically an outreach message. And I'm not telling you to replicate this. From my experience, whenever people watch a video like this and they find like a template like this, they end up using it. And they end up using it to the same people. So like a client will find like 5 different people texting him the same thing, and he's like, dang, these people must be bots. Save yourself the trouble and actually tweak and create your own. Plus, he changed his outreach message to a better one, so if you actually hit the same people he did, then you'll be shooting yourself in the foot. You'll be wasting time. So just use this framework. You'll find that you'll come up with the most unique messages. Okay, so after you send your outreach message, just know that business owners are usually so busy, so you need to follow up. And for me, I like sending memes like this, like, is this thing on? Are you here? This is like a more desperate one where they're not answering you. Like, it should be your last follow-ups, or this one, you're alone, they're not there. So I usually follow up. Like, if I send it on like Monday, I skip Tuesday, Wednesday, follow up on Thursday, I skip Friday, Saturday, follow up on, of course I won't follow up on Sunday. Make sure you're not following up on like Sunday. If you need to follow up in the weekend, make sure your last follow up is on Saturday. Okay, so you can just start by saying Saturday and then skip Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So follow up every 2 days, in short. You can collect memes, so you'll have like a collection of memes, and these memes I just find them on tenor.com, tenor.com. Simple. The main aim for the first message is to get them to respond to you so you can get them to book a call, which leads me to part 7, pricing. Okay, so now you got the client to hop on a call with you. Now you need to actually give them the price. Pricing your services correctly is crucial. You can't just be yapping random numbers, and to make sure you don't do this, first, don't focus on the sale, focus on the results. That way you'll think with a clear head when it comes to price. But again, I'm all about making it easy for you, so I'll show you what to do to establish a base price for your service. Think about how much you pay yourself per hour based on your skill level and experience. Make sure you're honest with yourself, because if you're not, you'll be overcharging when you're just a beginner and no one will buy your service. And if they do, they'll be disappointed because you don't have the experience or the skill level. Okay, so for example, this could be $35 per hour. This is not a standard price, so again, I said based on your skill level and experience. This is an example. Okay, so estimate how long it will take to complete each task or project, then multiply that by your hourly rate. So for example, if it takes me 2 hours to edit a video for a client and they want 30 videos per month, then that will be 60 hours total. So if my hourly rate according to me is $35, then I'll just multiply that to the 60 hours and I would end up charging $2,100. This is just one way of doing it, and it works for most services. But if it doesn't work for you, research what other people in your industry are charging for similar services and ensure your pricing is competitive yet fair. Also, if your service directly contributes to significant financial gains for your client, consider pricing based on the value you bring rather than the time spent. You can have a base pay and then a performance-based incentive to ensure that you're fairly compensated for both your time and the value you deliver. So you can have a base pay, maybe for example you're getting paid like $1,500, and then basically you can ask them for commission within a month. So as promised, if you want my help and the full version of this training, the FCB program, so that you can be able to start an online business and be able to sign your first client, the first link in the description will take you to the program. Bye.